Hello, hello, can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? What's happening? What's happening, bro? Who have we got? Who have we got? Bloody hell, busy in there already. Steve, how you doing, mate? How's things? You okay? Mandy, nice to see you. Nice, as always. Kirsty, you have chocolate. Fabuloso. As does Mandy, just not egg-shaped. Yes and yes, I'm taking that as a yes and yes as a yes and yes. Good evening, Steve. Good to see you, mate. I pressed my little button and look, my message came up. Still hasn't come up on the screen now, has it? Fucking useless. Hurry up, Botrix, you bellend. How are we doing? Are we all alright? Have we all had a fantastic Easter? Remembering what Jesus died for on the cross. For eggs made of chocolate. Gone for blue and green, sort of underwater theme for some strange reason. What else? Oh, the hat. I've come dressed as Mike Drunk Peter, was it, off Family Guy. Botrix has correctly joined the channel. Here we go. Blue cap was correct. Well done, Kirsty. An extra 6 million points to you added. I'll let Botrix take care of that, obviously. Botrix is on an Easter egg hunt, is indeed. This one is not going to overrun tonight because I've had my warning. I've been put on notice for tonight. My daughter turns 18 tomorrow. Well, when I say tomorrow, she'll be sitting in Weatherspoons until midnight, at which point she'll then go to the various nightclubs in Southport with her driving licence to prove that she's now 18. I have been warned that I am driving her and her mates into town, and more than likely I'll be picking them up later as well. So yeah, I've been warned. Don't go too late. So we're not going too late. Almost had to cancel it as well because my dad was going to get interviewed, but instead that's going to happen at some other date. A podcast, a Wrexham FC fans podcast, want to do an interview with him, and instead of just putting it in the end of an episode, they want to do a full episode dedicated to him. So at some point he will also be doing that, and I'll have to be around to make sure it works all right. Saf, how you doing, bud? How's things? That'll be what that is in the background. That's the current merging in the background. I've had some fantastic responses to the little videos, little shorts that I did from last week's live when we were talking about things like the current merging and being a lovely feeding frenzy as a result, and also the flag on the back of the England shirt and things like that. YouTube tends to be a much nicer place than TikTok. I'll let you know that one for the start. Got some lovely messages on TikTok, like just keep drooling on yourself, mate, and why are you winking at me? Stick to strokes and things like that. So that was really nice of them. But yeah, and dogging again. Obviously, dogging again has to come up. We're going to end up being sponsored by a dogging company. Is there such a thing as a dogging company? Or should it just be Crufts? Do we get sponsored by Crufts? Today's video is sponsored by Crufts, where for all your dogging needs. I still think if the channel ever gets monetised and money starts rolling in, we will buy an ex-dogging car live on a stream and see what we can do with it. And I'll buy a black light or blue light, whatever they call them, and I'll do a CSI Southport, and we'll check to see how much Harry Monk is all over the place. That would be interesting. That would make superb content, don't you think? Buying a dogging car and seeing how much DNA you can find in a thing. That'd be a hell of a live stream. Yes, indeed, Mandy. But revulsion is quite the tactic, I think. Which is what I think the likes of Ricky Gervais go for, isn't it? The idea that you'd be repulsed by some of the things that they do and say. And it seems to work for him, so why not? For those little channels in the background. Up the dogging massive. Or should have to be the dogging mastiff, even. So how are you all doing? Have you had loads of chocolate? I mean, loads and loads of it. I mean, loads. And is everyone full? My mum made a huge roast dinner, which I despise. So thankfully I ended up with something from the Chinese. While they were eating roast lamb, I was eating Singapore fried rice instead. Because that's how I roll. Are we popping spots next? No. Popping caps in asses, maybe. No, not into that kind of thing. Although that does absolutely incredible numbers, doesn't it? All that kind of stuff. And I don't know why. It's vile. Why not get a food truck and sell energy drinks? Now you are talking. Saf, that's the kind of blue sky thinking that we need on this channel. That you're on the board. You are on the board, mate. I'm telling you. Board of directors. Welcome to the company. Like Monster. Only absolute monsters. Or Red Bull. Or should that be Red Bell? I suppose it could be quite, yeah. There's a gap in the market there, isn't there? Definitely. There's a website called Doggin Finder when you were looking for a company. Kirsty, what kind of company were you looking for where you ended up with Doggin Finder? Come on, let us know. Is that why you've got the mask and stuff like that so no one knows it's you? Is that what it is? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Do we need an intervention on this? Doggin Finder. Is there an app for it? Is that what it is? Can you press a button and it'll let you know? Dogging spots near you. Doggers are us. Casper, how you doing, mate? Savage Dogs Energy. There you go. I'm sure if we could AI the shit out of that and come up with a fantastic brand logo and colouring, it'd be superb. Yeah, ice cream made with sprinkles. Oh, sprinkles made of crushed little blue pills. That would be fantastic. Mistress Whippy. I take them Viagra eye drops because they make me look hard. Supposed to be good for you, aren't they? The old Viagra is supposed to have medicinal benefits. Would I have avoided a stroke if I'd have had a Viagra? It's probably not the two things you want to put together, those, are they? But you never know. Both windows open. Just before this started, I looked out and there was a gorgeous looking sky. I mean, a gorgeous looking sky. And it was still bright, even now. It's dusk, we're in the blue hour. It's not dark. This feels very much like spring is about to kick in. But indeed, Mandy, but indeed. There's a website called Doggin Finder. Do I dare even think about this? Yes, there is. Find and meet UK doggers near you. Member login. Dogging locations. Go dogging in the UK. Find doggers in your area now. Dogging in the USA. That's, I suppose, a bit different from born in the USA, isn't it? Or French kissing in the USA. It appears to be a company for everything. I wonder if they're listed on the stock exchange. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to click on that particular link, but it's definitely out there if anyone wants to check it out. The whale's gone mad, mate. The whale's gone mad. I'll tell you what, could just quickly try something very, very quickly. Window capture. Go ahead. Should we see if this works? No, that's the wrong one. Is that showing on the screen? Can you see that? I was looking at how to show windows on the screen as well. So that was a good little test. Yep, you can see that. Right. Right, so it's proof that it works. That also means that in future, if there's anything that we need to check out, anything that needs to be searched and Googled, everyone can see it then, not just me. Unfortunately, yes, it's showing. Unfortunately, yes, you can see that. It's not unfortunately. This is just showing you that these things exist. You know, we're all learning together. And if I have to see it, you're going to see it as well. How much are those dogs in the car window? The ones with the waggly, well, it looks like a tail. Yeah, there's loads of stuff. My clips will be interesting this week. They're interesting every week. They come up with about 20 or 30 clips, and I swear there's only about 5 or 6 of them I can actually use. The rest of them just... So I'm not putting that up. Even though it's live, and the lives are up on screen as well. Anybody can go and watch them. At least in the lives, there's some kind of context into why we were talking about things. Still no pirate flag. I know. Mandy, remind me. I will print it off. Fucking printer's only over there as well, you know what I mean? And I could possibly, in theory... No, it's switched off. I unplugged it. I could have printed it off here and now, but no. We'll get there though. We'll get there. The Finland one is also printed off. That's there, waiting to be sticky back plasticked. But I want to do a full sheet of other flags. I don't know which other flags to do. Trying to do 4 at a time. Oh, of course, we're an hour earlier now, aren't we? Yep, we are indeed. It was weird that last night because I couldn't work out what time it was. Normally it just gets to 1 o'clock and then, or was it 2 o'clock and then bang, it's 3. But it looked like it was on the Sky TV. It was one time, on me watch it, on me clock it was another time. On the phone it was different, and on somewhere else it was something completely different again. Wales gone mad. Just used the Maryland flag for the pirate one. I have got that printed off as well, by the way. If we do end up having to do the full 50 odd states, is it 50? Is it still just 50? Or has that changed? I don't know. If we do, that'll be a hell of a lot to do behind in one go, won't it? 50 bloody flags. But at the moment, it is covered there. Just checking, none of them fell off, have they? No, that's all sound. Yeah, they haven't absorbed Puerto Rico just yet. Or where else can they possibly absorb? Canada won't put up with any of that shite. I don't think they want Mexico because there's too much fucking hassle there, but you know. Flags are new. Steve, you weren't here, were you? Yeah, mate. These are the flags of the people that have attended the stream and regularly attend. We did have Enbus from Finland, so I might throw a Finland flag up there as well, just to sort of show thanks for the people that turn up. Everyone's represented. We go Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Denmark, Netherlands, South Africa, US, England and Wales. And like I said, if anyone's watching who has been in the lives and your flag is not up there, make yourself known in the comments and we will put it up for you. As a thank you for being wonderful, wonderful people. And I do so appreciate you. States and counties. At some point, I will have to redesign the entire back behind me, whatever you want to call it, the backdrop, to do something like that. Because I'm thinking, who have we got from, well, the states? We've had Nevada and Maryland. So we've got 48 more to go, in theory. With the UK, England, Wales, we've got a few, haven't we? Does Lancashire cover Manchester and Liverpool, for example? Is Laz and Barnsley covered under Lancashire? Am I covered under Lancashire? Despite the fact that I'm in Merseyside. Maybe we need the Moldovan flag. Maybe we should start every stream with the Moldovan national anthem and see who stands up. Could put that up there and see if anyone salutes it. The US Virgin Islands was once Danish owned, but we unfortunately sold them to the USA. Why did you do that? You must have kind of been skint. The flag of Essex is essentially a pirate flag, which is ironic because that's where most of your pirate DVDs come from. Get a pen, we'll tell you where your head covers. Are we going back to dogging here, are we? So there's loads of weird noise outside, but it's windy and there's a house over the road that's getting loads of work done. So there's scaffolding up and they've got sheeting. Occasionally it vibrates in the wind. Watts of vibrating. It's mad. Saf, you are still the sole Southern Hemisphere ambassador. In fact, I should knock you further south, really, shouldn't I? Your flag. Push everyone else right up to the top and then you right down the bottom. Covering the entire lower half, the entire lower hemisphere. But when you're as fabulous as yourself, we only need the one person. You lost money on them and sold them for next to nothing. Madman. Leave you in the mix, you kind of like it in there. Fair play, mate. We'll leave it in there. In amongst it. In the business area. We'll also have to put a car up there as well, won't we? A little dogging mobile up in the corner next to the pirate flag. Right, so it was a little over 100 years ago. That's not even, I mean, in terms of historical period, it's not even that long ago, really, is it? Oh, just over 100 years ago. I would have thought at that point, countries would have been holding on to as much as possible. Pre-war, at least, anyway. Well, pre-Second World War, rather. Speaking of the war, I watched The Great Escape earlier on. Obviously. It's what you do, isn't it? Whenever there's a bank holiday or there's an Easter. Whenever there's an Easter. Once a year. Whenever there's a proper bank holiday, The Great Escape is on film for. So I watched that earlier. Marvellous. Also watched a YouTube video about Spitfire pilots that used to fly alongside V1 rockets, the doodlebugs, and then use the wings to flip them over so that the gyroscope swung out of control and landed in the middle of nowhere rather than the middle of London. Absolutely crazy, mental bastards, but just so brave. What can we do? This might blow me up, but it might save hundreds and hundreds of people. So I'm going to do it anyway. Mad. Absolute mad, but genius, man. Absolute genius as well. England traded the Banda Islands in Indonesia for Manhattan with the Netherlands for nutmeg. Yeah. And then we've ended up with nothing really, have we? Had to give it back. Not sure what I think of New York. Genuinely not sure what I think of it. Just seems a bit of a wild place, which means I would like it. But at the same time, it's just, I don't know, too busy. Has anyone been to New York? In the chat, I know that's a stupid question. Has anyone been to New York? It's a fucking massive place full of people and full of tourists. Of course, people have been to New York. Anyone here been to New York? I get annoyed in Liverpool and I'm from there. Just with how busy it gets. London used to piss me off big time. Nobody needs to be in that much of a rush. Nobody. Even when you're late, you don't need to be in that much of a rush. Just chill, man. But New York seems to be in a constant state of emergency. Sold them in 1917, right? So during the war. During the war. Well, actually got rid of loads of islands. The Faroes, right, that was 1944. Danish West Indies. Kirsty, never been to New York. The islands you used to have, yeah, that's quite a lot of prime location by the look of it as well. When the Faroe Islands and Iceland are fantastic for fishing, of course. And the Danish West Indies is good for sunshine. Your niece lived there for a bit. How did she find it? Just toying left at Albuquerque. That's still one of my favourite jokes of all time, that Bugs Bunny. All that just toying left at Albuquerque. You still got the Faroes, yep. I thought so, and Greenland, yep. I've heard of Eric Winkle Brown, test pilot. That name does sound familiar. I don't know whether it's been mentioned in another YouTube video, but yeah, Captain Eric Winkle Brown. If you've got any decent videos, mate, let me know. Definitely up for watching them. Back in a bit. No worries, Kirsty, no worries. See you in a bit. But I watched a bit of that recently. A lot like the Spitfire Paddy. That was rather good. The Irish fella who was a Spitfire ace lived a very short but incredibly busy life. She lives in Vegas now, prefers the west to the east coast. Yeah. A bit more of a chilled vibe, a bit warmer as well. Right, unbelievable life story, and has flown more different types of aircraft than any other pilot. Let's have a look. See if we can find him. Yep. Right, see, I was going to say this picture looks familiar. I suppose most pictures from that era look really similar anyway, whether it's the same person or not. Videos. Alright, there we go. There's a good video. I'm watching that one. Not now, obviously. Oh, would you fuck off with the adverts? Right, well, I found a video. I'll have a look for the Dan Snow one as well. Barbara Cartland was a pilot. Was she one of those ones that used to deliver planes? There was another really good, I don't know if it was a Channel 4 documentary about Spitfires, and they were talking about the women that used to deliver them. There was women working on the production line making them, but then all these women's auxiliary pilots used to just deliver them all around the country. So they ended up having far more experience of flying Spitfires than the actual people that went out and fought. Because the people that went out and fought invariably ended up getting killed sort of months into their stint as a pilot, and yet these women, ferry pilots, that's the one, were just constantly taking planes left, right and centre. It's the kind of thing that you don't think about until the programme comes on. Do you know what? Obviously, these planes need to get somewhere. You can't just put them on the back of a lorry and drag them up to Scotland or wherever it is. It's got to be flown somewhere. Wherever they were made, it's got to be flown to, well, where Steve is, all over Norfolk, all over Lincolnshire, all over Kent. So, of course, they needed people flying them. Didn't Barbara Cartland also invent a type of glider, did she? Wouldn't surprise me. We'll check this out as well. Barbara, how many A's in Cartland? Let's have a look. Contribution to aviation. She designed the first aircraft-towed airmail delivery glider. She also arranged the first long-distance tow. Right? In 1984, she was awarded the Bishop Wright Air Industry Award for this contribution. She regularly attended Brooklands Aerodrome and motor racing circuit during the 1920s and 30s, and the Brooklands Museum has preserved a sitting room from that era and named it after her. Isn't that fantastic? That's similar to Hedy Lamarr, isn't it, who helped towards inventing, it's like a radar, isn't it, which we now use as Bluetooth and stuff like that. A what's the name of it? That's going to piss me off. I'm going to fucking do this as well. I hate relying on Wikibastardpedia, but there we go. Hedy Lamarr. Headley. Where's her inventing career? She had no formal training. Where's the fucking thing? Yeah, it was frequency hopping. That's what it was, isn't it? To guide torpedoes through frequency hopping, and we use that now in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and stuff like that. Use the screen share feature. I just did it on my phone. I forgot about that. That's left on Dog and Find It. I think we're better off putting Hedy Lamarr on there, aren't we? Or Barbara Cartland. In fact, yeah, sorry, put Barbara Cartland up. Let's have a quick look at this. There you go. Barbara Cartland. With the guiding bit. Isn't that fabulous? Isn't it fabulous? But it's nice to know that works now. It really is. Dough indeed, Mandy, dough indeed. Yes, the lady was waiting for NASA. She went into labour, took all the work home with her, went into labour, solving the problem, and then gave birth to a child, Jack Black. What's more embarrassing, Googling dogging or Barbara Cartland? Steve, what's more embarrassing is Googling both within the space of 2 minutes of each other. Too small. Yes, Mandy, I know, too small. I will work on that. See, one of the things you need with this, though, is I need 2 hands to be able to press Control or Alt, wherever it is, and then zoom in, which is a pain in the ass. Maybe I can try. I don't know. Let's have a go with this. I'll do this offline. Contribution to aviation. Alt. Is it Alt? No, it isn't. Control. You get me to press fucking buttons here, you know that? Yeah, there you go. Right, quickly put that back up and see if you can see that one. See? Contribution to aviation. It's all about aviation. Contribution. No, I didn't like that, did it? Right, so I know I can do it. I've got a mouse, but to be able to zoom in, that way you need to press Control and then on the scroll wheel scroll in at the same time. That takes a little finger on the control on the keyboard, and then that's going back to dogging that though, isn't it? Yeah. The stuff that you take for granted, you can't do as a unidexter. Barbara Cartland. Her novels have been translated from English into numerous languages, making Cartland the 5th most translated author worldwide. Has anybody ever read a Barbara Cartland book? I haven't. I've read Shakespeare as well. That's how much of a knobhead I am. It's better. Both of Jack Black's parents work for NASA. They must be very proud of him, knowing that there was no nepotism involved in him going off to become an actor and comedian or whatever it is. Just went and did his own thing, and has been very, very successful at it. I've got a Scouse mouse, I've got a Scouse mouse in the house. Casper, you haven't? Anyone? Anybody read a Barbara Cartland? Who else? There's loads of hugely successful novelists, and at no point have I ever even thought about reading any of their books. Books, mate. Don't forget where you come from, you class traitor. Fucking books. Have you got a cookbook? Have a look at the cookbook. Danielle Steele. Yep. No. Steve, I haven't read any books. Not even I was just say Andy McNabb. That's a bit out of order, isn't it? Presuming that you like Andy McNabb because you're a workman. Trying to think, I haven't read one in ages. Not since I was in the hospital, funnily enough. I did read the history of darts with, fucking hell, my brain is absolutely flown away. Just, who's your man from the darts? The Geordie? Sid Waddell and the history of darts, and why it became as popular as it did, especially in the 70s and 80s, and why it's still popular today. And it's all down to him and a couple of people at the BBC. Absolutely fascinating to read. I wouldn't have thought it'd have been remotely interesting, but it was fascinating. That man's lived a bit of a life as well. Mandy, nope, never read one either. Yes, Steve, you have read McNab, of course. Mandy, you had a Jamie Oliver cookbook, you just looked at the pics. I think we've got Jamie Oliver cookbooks as well. The good thing about his books is you can't hear his fucking annoying voice. Casper, you tried reading the Bible once and someone spoiled it and told you the fella dies in the end. Ah, but did he? Didn't he make a comeback? Bravo 2-0. Yeah. Very, of course, very, very famous. Sid also wrote Josie's Giants. Ah, I used to watch that when I was a youth. When I say when I was a youth, when was it on? Was that the 70s or was that the 80s? Steve, you read quite a few sports autobiographies. I like them as well. Anywhere where you get an insight into the thinking of someone who is absolutely brilliant at what they do, I think is a time well spent. Read some good ones actually. The Paul McGrath autobiography was good. Not just for his football, but also for his life and his upbringing. Being black and Catholic and Irish. Being brought up and then sort of taken away from his mum. Absolutely incredible how he managed to even make it into the world of football, let alone anything else. How he managed to stay out of prison or how he managed to stay out of trouble and stuff like that. Tough man, him. Interesting. You watch TV with the subtitles on, does that count? It does, Mandy, that does. That's more than most people would do. Books are sound, no lie. I've got a few that I need to start working through. It doesn't really help with, again, having one hand. I've been listening to loads of audio books lately. Loads of climbing ones. David Rocastle's story was also heartbreaking. Yeah? Wasn't it his birthday or anniversary of his death today or yesterday or something? I seem to see him trending on Twitter, so it was one or the other. Seemed a really, really nice fella, him. Best autobiography you read was Dickie Bird's amazing story. I can imagine he's got a few tales, that man. Being involved at the highest level of cricket for so many years. Yeah, he was dead for 3 days, and Rick Mail used to tell people he'd been dead for 5 days, longer than Jesus, after he had his accident on the bike, the quad bike. Never the same after that, was he, Rick? Unfortunately. Although he looked after me in hospital, did Rick? His spirit lived through me. I wouldn't allow myself to start getting any kind of depressed or anything because not having it. Nick Mail would jump up. This is how we roll. Bob Mortimer's book was good as well. Yeah, I've read that, his autobiography, and also his novel, The Satsuma Complex, which is quite good. I've got the signed copy of that one, but I've also listened to the audio book, and he does it himself. It was good listening to him, because always, whenever you hear Bob talking about anything, there's always that little hint in the back of his throat that he's just about to burst into laughter, as though every single day is the funniest thing on earth. I love that. We need more Bob Mortimers. You binge watched the Pilgrimage BBC Two thing only because it was in North Wales. Any good? Would you recommend it? Does it show North Wales in its correct light as a stunning place? Especially, well, it used to be a stunning place if you like to drive cars. Not been there since it was all, 20 mile an hour through towns and what have you. Might make it a bit more relaxed. I need to look into that. Casper, you keep forgetting to buy Bob's autobiography. You should get it. It's absolutely superb. You know what he's like. You've seen him on YouTube and whatever, on clips and things. He's just like that in real life as well. Everything about him is funny. So the UK milk advert from the 1980s, the kid with the Scouse accent. Yep. If I don't drink me milk, I can only play for Accrington Stanley. Accrington Stanley, who are they? Exactly. Yeah, who are they? It's funny, the Accrington Stanley, they were going through a bad time, weren't they? No one knew who they were. They were languishing. I think they might have been non-league at that point. And then because of that, they came back into people's consciousness. So because of a stupid bloody milk advert, people remembered who they were. And then they're in the Football League now. Accrington Stanley. Have either of us ever played them in the FA Cup or anything? Everton or Liverpool? Why hasn't that come up? We should do. We should play them in the FA Cup one year. They kept crying at the views if that says anything. Yes. So you saw the original and the film that was based on, right? People crying at views, that speaks volumes, that, doesn't it, about how fantastic places look. I was watching Lovejoy yesterday, again, Steve, and he was in bloody Ipswich. Bloody Ipswich, of all places. I was going to boo every time he was on screen. Get back to Norfolk, you shitbag. Bloody Ipswich. Casper started binge watching the Danish Taskmaster. Almost like normal Taskmaster, but the health and safety isn't really a thing. So the Danish Alex Horn takes a fair bit of a beating. That sounds more interesting than our one, to be honest. It's the way it should be. You can always go and get more TV personalities. You can grow them on trees, can't you now? Our latest one started last week, did it? It's just that, do you know what? Despite the fact that there's loads of people on it that I like Alex Horn, I like Greg Davis. A lot of the guests I really like. It's not a programme I can watch at all. I don't know. Weird. Like, even though it's on all the time, on repeats as well. No interest in watching it. Strange. I've got to be in the right frame of mind to watch things these days. I'm just becoming a miserable owl bastard, I think. David Lloyd is a director of Accrington Stanley. Exactly, Bumble. Start the car. It's brilliant, Bumble. Very funny. Does some incredible impressions, he does. Saf, your dad was a Liverpool supporter. Right, going through an old box, you saw correspondence between him and Preston North End. Apparently he supported him quietly because as a kid he played for the team Preston FC. Alright. Good team, Preston. I like Preston North End. A lot of the work that I've had to do has been in Preston. I've got the teammates in Preston. Lots of very good friends, so having spent lots of time there as well. It's the city I quite like. I've got a lot of good friends, so I've got a lot of time for them, and always got an eye on Preston's results. No, Mandy, not the tennis player, the former England cricket player and former England cricket captain, coach. He did a lot of commentating as well, really funny, top fella. Although I think he left Sky with a bit of under a bit of a cloud, didn't he? Don't know why, but I think there was something going on there, so possibly I don't want to know, do I? Steve Pemberton and Nick Mohammed are on this series. Steve Pemberton, absolute genius. Nick Mohammed, not so sure. Tends to play the same character in every single thing I've seen him in, which is the simpleton. The simpleton immigrant with the stupid voice. And I've got no doubt whatsoever that he's a really intelligent lad, but, you know. It's all the skeletons you uncovered, no pirates, yeah. That's enough skeletons, isn't it? Don't want any skeletons. Who was the commentator who made terrorist remarks about Hashim Amla? Bloody hell. Can't remember that, to be honest. I don't want to paint everyone with the same brush, but that sounds the kind of thing that an Australian would come up with. Oh, Steve, hang on.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
Leveled up, level 15, fantastico. Sky went woke and he isn't. I don't think it's that, to be honest, Steve. I think I heard there was historical accusations of ne'er-do-well, of footpaddism, of being roguish, doing things he wasn't supposed to do, which is why he ended up leaving of his own volition before it started becoming too public. So a few of those cricket commentators ended up doing themselves no good, like Ian Botham, sending pictures of his Albert Dock to people, you know what I mean? It's very Mork and Mindy out there now. He's brilliant. Nick Mohammed is very bright. Yeah, I would have thought so. He just plays the same character, and I hate that. There's a few comic actors who do the same thing constantly. Is that all you've got? Genuinely, is that all you've got? Again, which is like why I watch Steve Pemberton and Reece Shearsmith. Not everything they do is the same. Within the same half-hour programme, they can be playing 7 or 8 different characters each, and each one's completely different. They can play dumb, they can play intelligent. That's what I prefer. He was in a very good Inside Number 9 episode. I can't remember that one. Which one was he in? Hang on. It's annoying me, this now. He shot the windy. Yeah, do you know what? Thinking about it now, I remember him being in one, but I can't remember which episode it was. I'll have to go back and look at that one. Vinnie Jones and Jason Statham played the same characters. I think Jason Statham is completely aware of the fact that he is, his talent is as shallow as a puddle. I think he's quite happy to just explain that one to anyone who wants to listen. I cannot act. I play the same character in everything I'm in, and they pay me millions of dollars for doing so. But if you watch Lock, Stock, he was brilliant in that, as was Vinnie Jones. Lord Botham of Australia. Yeah, checking if the Aussie wine is good enough for our country. I've not tasted any of his wine. I meant to buy some before my brain exploded. Maybe at some point in the future I will get one, but I doubt it. Yeah, but Vinnie Jones, the least convincing part he's ever played was that of a footballer. And yet, if you play five-a-side against him, he will still run circles around you. Anyone who makes it and plays in the top division is much better than you think. Right, he was in the Simon Says episode. Yeah. Jason Statham went to school in Great Yarmouth, did he? I did not know that. I know he was a diver, wasn't he? For Great Britain. Olympic diver. Yeah, so Jason, we've got a great part for you. Does the character whisper loudly? No. Then I'm not doing it, mate. Absolutely. I've said before, I think the dream job for anybody would be a director on a Brian Blessed film. Right, go over there. Do you know your lines? Yes. Shout them as loud as you can. And action. There you go. That's it. Are you done? Sound, let's go and have a pint. That's your day done. No effort involved. Fantastic. No, what's my motivation, darling? Shout it as loud as you can. Although it works, doesn't it? Brian Blessed screaming, Gordon's alive. Oh no, not a professional diver in football. Shall we see if we can find him? Genuinely proper Olympic diver. If this works, I will make sure that I zoom in for you, Mandy. You know when you're having your piss poor eyesight. Hang on. Just go into images so we can see if we can get a proper image of him. Ah, balls to it, that'll do. There you go, there he is. Commonwealth Games, Jason Statham diving in the 1990 Commonwealth Games there. There you go, did anyone know that? Yeah, in his Speedos, Gordon's alive. Shouting Gordon's alive. That film wouldn't have been anywhere near as good without him screaming Gordon's alive. And dive. Brilliant. Yeah, Shakespearean actor, can you strut and shout? Got the job, definitely. The Queen of Monaco used to swim for the South African Olympic team. That's a bit of a step up in class, that one, isn't it? From swimming to being queen. Right, sorry, I'm going to have to get rid of Jason Statham off this fucking screen because he's annoying me now. The unnecessarily ripped bastard. Back to Barbara Cartland. Oh no, not having that. Oh no, back to Dog and Finder. This history is absolute filth. No need for it whatsoever. Fly my precious fly. Yeah. Do you know? I think you can. I might not be 100% right, but I think I am with this. I think you can get Brian Blessed's voice for your sat nav, which would be incredible. I don't know if I'd get lost pissing myself laughing. Yeah, he was in Flash Gordon. He was the leader of the Hawkmen. Big bushy beard. Obviously, big bushy beard. He also got involved in climbing Mount Everest. Would you want him anywhere near Mount fucking Everest? It's bad enough anyway. I watch loads of videos of it. Constantly watching videos about Mount Everest and how dangerous it is. Would you want someone bellowing in a place where avalanches happen regularly? Fuck that. I've lost my crampon! 27 people died. Mad. What about the Chad from South Africa whose father was always on a telly after his son had been in the pool? Who was that? I seem to remember that. Chad Leclos. Who's he? Is he him? Is that him? Chad Leclos, or Leclos. South African swimmer, that's him, isn't it? Sounds too much like a 1980s new romantic singer, that though. I love the story he told on QI about snogging a wolf he had in his tent because he was missing his wife. Brian Blessed is another one who seems to have lived a life full of stories. Yeah, Chad Leclos, his father was a nightmare. I think a few of them are, aren't they? Those sporty dads. Because they can't do it themselves, living vicariously. I mean, his dad might have been a fantastic swimmer as well, I don't know, but it's what normally happens. Living the life vicariously through the kids. His dad was always gushing over him. Back to dogging here, aren't we? The game the whole family can play. Roll your own. Chadwick Lowe. He sounds like he's the lead singer in a Duran Duran tribute band. Gotta be. Absolutely gotta be. And he went to the Rio Olympics. Started singing, I went to Rio and they paid me 80 grand. Yeah, Andy Murray's mum. Now, she was I don't know if she was an okay tennis player. I know she's a very good coach as well. But obviously, he is on another level altogether. But yeah, a bit like that. There's always those pushy parents, always there. Dog in the Family game brought to you by Incest. Yep. Not by Warner Brothers or whatever it was. Waddingtons. Parker Brothers and Waddingtons. I've got them two mixed up, haven't I? Fucking Warner Brothers. She's always watching. You met Natalie Dutoit. She was an Olympic swimmer who lost her leg in an accident and then went on to dominate the Paralympics. I've seen her before, yeah. And the name, I remember the name. Remember when Andy tweeted an X-ray, you could just about make out the shape and size of little Andy. I did not see that, thankfully. And no, we are not Googling that to anyone who's watching on the catch-up. Not watching that. Not watching it at all. Don't know why my throat's starting to go. I had my Lemsip. This is, where are we now? 2 weeks. 2 weeks I've been on Lemsips, on and off. I had one before this, just to try and take the edge off things. I'm presuming it's a cold. It might be schlong COVID. Lived about 20 minutes from you. Yeah, well, of course, South Africa's a really small place, so everyone lives close to each other. She went on to study biokinetics. That's good. If something like that's happened to you, don't let it get you down, but go on to be the best that you can in your particular pursuits, whether that's in the sport or on the outside of it. Biokinetics, fantastic. Google Absolute Radio, Judy Murray impersonation, I'll batter you. I think I've heard that. I'm sure someone's put clips of that on X, Twitter, whatever you're calling it, this week. That cesspit run by the Space Karen. In Cape Town, everything's close. In Johannesburg, if something's 45 minutes away, it's close. So it's all a question of scale, isn't it? All a question of scale. We've had this one before, haven't we? I think, again, I don't know if it was Twitter or Blue Sky, where Americans were losing the shit over someone driving from, it's like Dorset, Somerset, Dorset, Cornwall or something, up to Yorkshire. And they're all going, oh, we could do that. I could do that barefoot. Do that stood on my hands. And then some American in the chat just went, yeah, I'm from the West Coast. Used to go between San Francisco and Los Angeles all the time. Before I moved to the UK, I'd say the same thing. UK motorways hit different. So that thing that you think you can drive for 9 hours straight in the States, you can do. Because you are literally driving 9 hours straight. Try and go past Birmingham at any time during the fucking day on your way anywhere. Not a chance. You'll get out of it. You'll be a sweating heap of mess. Just absolute no way. We have a mother and son that both won gold in dressage at the Paralympics. Mother had an accident, was paralysed, and the son was born with a condition. Oh, bloody hell. So obviously a very talented family, making the most again of what they've got. Dressage, though, that is one of the weirdest sports on earth, has to be said. Moonwalking on a fucking horse. It's all about scale. But you say to all the girls, well, you know, I cannot either confirm nor deny. But yeah, of course it's about scale. But I'm 6'4", aren't I? That's what happens when you're a big un. And getting bigger by the day. I haven't weighed myself for a couple of weeks, so I need to do that later. Just to see what kind of heaving mass I am now. I need to lose a few pounds, I think. Once the sun comes out and the weather's a bit better, get out there and start walking a bit more. I enjoyed that yesterday. My last little stroke walk that I did, the first one of the year, first one of 2024. And the camera looked pretty decent, I thought. Yeah, driving large hands, everything looks small in them. As the joke said, Jeremy Beadle's got a small willy. On the other hand, oh, hit the like button and Nick will return in 3 days' time, Jeff. That's absolutely 100% true as well. I will return in 3 days' time. I'm practically Jesus. Only I'm not cross. Yeah, you'd have thought you'd have levelled up by now. Just keep crying at him, Mandy. You will do. You will do. Yeah, it's not the size of the boat; it's the splash it makes as the crash lands in the toilet water. Right, we've had Jeff, so we'll better go and check out what he's been doing. And at least this week I haven't got to add a microphone, have I? Forward or backwards, I sleep like a baby as I have no conscience and I'm evil with a capital F. Yeah, looks it. Definitely. Hide my eggs again, now slice it to ribbons, you chocolate slags. That's a nightmare, that isn't it? Look at the state of his eyes, man. One nail, go on, try it, you wine-swilling, skirt-wearing Roman prick. Right, is that Jeffy Christ, is it?
Hoo-yah!
Jeffy Christ, superstar, or supernarch. He's not happy, is he, for some reason? You think just hitting the button, Nick will be back in 3 days, all jolly, and all of a sudden he turns up with that kind of shite. Evil. Absolutely evil. As your mate always says, it's big enough to fill a pram. Yep. It's only small, but I've got 15 stone behind it. Thank you, Casper. I like Jeff. I mean, he's a lunatic, but he's interesting at times, isn't he? I forgot to add more messages. I should have done more. I've got loads of space on the stream deck. I could have added more messages where I just press a button and it pings out. I like things like that when they work. And also, since I got the PC, Stream Deck appears to be working a lot better as well. Much better. Much, much better. Check on the stream health as well. Excellent condition. Excellent. Excellent. And this is at about twice the bit rate that it was on the laptop. So I think I was frying the laptop by the look of it. Jeff's fit. I know the ladies seem to like cheekbone Jeff whenever he appears. So the idea of a calendar I think is a pretty good one, but I need to find out where to get them printed, how to get them made. Jeff calendars will be selling like hotcakes. Very popular boy, very popular. But right, saying that Jeff is fit, now you're going to have to tell Kippers and Horace that they're fit as well. The picture and sound good. Thank you very much, Steve. I bought a PC rather than a laptop, and it's a gaming PC, so it's got a dedicated graphics card. There's 4 fans currently going on it, keeping it very cool. It's got less RAM than my laptop, but it's not melting it by the look of it. And I have bought some of these acoustic baffles, which I'm going to have to put up just to make sure that if there is any noise from any fans or background noise, it'll just keep it quiet a little bit. So hopefully, yeah, I've spent a bloody fortune, haven't I, really? Camera, I managed to get that fairly cheap, even though it's a good one. The PC was okay. The mic, and I'm happy with the sound because that wasn't expensive at all. Full name is Jeff Reed Armour. I think Jeff's got about 9 different names in the middle of his. Egg holders, yeah. They would be, I suppose they would be, I don't know if they would be cheaper, to be honest with you. These were only, I think I got 12 of them for just over a tenner. And they come vacuum packed. I had to put them in water, let them soak for a bit, squeeze them out, which was hard to do one-handed, and then put them in the dryer, tumble them for half an hour, and they went huge. But yeah, I've got a bare wall. Again, I'm sounding too gangster here. Man, I got like a bare wall behind my setup, bro. You know what I mean? It's just bare wall, bro. That I think is a little bit too reflective. So a couple of them on the wall behind there, and it'll take the edge off, I think. But I think it sounds okay as well because it's a dynamic mic. Should only be picking up stuff that's right there, in theory. Kippers is cute and Horace is a gent. There you go. Yep, that's more than enough. I'm okay too. That's as much as I can hope for. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Horace is not really a gent, is he? He's been a bit naughty recently. Again, I think he's been spending too much time around Kippers and Jeff. They're very, very naughty people. Villains, absolute villains. Still didn't get a level up. You will do. Keep going, keep going. You can't be that far away. And you are out on your own at the top of the miles ahead on Mount Bottrix. No one's catching you anytime soon. Next one behind you is Hadwig, and of course she's not here tonight. She's out gallivanting, isn't she? Out and about. So you're going far and far and farther ahead. So don't worry about it. Bottrix, you're amazing and generous. You creeping, crawling get. What was that, Steve? That's Mount Bottrix. We've got levels. At the moment, the red blob. At the top is Mandy. Blue would be Hadwig. The little green next to it. We've got Casper. At some point, I am going to print off everybody's Avi, and your actual Avi will be on there. Base camp at the moment, at the bottom has just been wiped all over myself by the look of it, hasn't it? Yeah. Just to give people a bit of a representation of where they are on the leaderboard for Bottrix. Been trying to make it a bit more interesting to show people. Yeah, Mount Bottrix. I thought everyone knew Mount Bottrix. What I might be able to do, because I've got a couple of these whiteboards, I might have to rewrite Mount Bottricks. I could cover the front of it and sticky back plastic and it'll still be magnetic. If gallivanting means going to church, gallivanting, you can gallivant in church. Just look at what all those priests have done over the years to kids. A lot of gallivanting going on. Not a direction, by the way. Yes, Mandy, you have to point that one out. We've had dogging and we don't mount mountain Bottricks, do we? That where we are according to sea level. That's where you are according to Bottricks level on the loyalty scheme. So the loyalty system. You are 4th in the table at the moment, Steve, on a whopping 15. Level 15. Massive. Everyone's doing really well. Yeah, so it's a bit of a thank you, that is, as much as anything else. For me, just to show people where they are. Because I am absolutely blown away by the amount of time people have spent watching me just chatting absolute wham constantly. It's mad, mate. 4 out of, oh no, not out of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out of 34. 4th out of 34, Steve. Cathedrals are doing silent discos now, are they? Throw your hands in the air and wave them in a silent prayer, yeah. MC pulpit. Which peak are we ascending on Mount Bottricks, Dogger Trail Peak? Well, we've got the true peak at the top there. As you can see, there's a flag at the top of it. There's 2 other little peaks on the side, so I suppose one of them could be a Dogger Trail. There could be a Yeti Peak. Could be a Teresa Peak. Or is it Tessa Peak Jones, isn't it? The Cleftal Horizon. Twin Peaks. But I think it's a nice representation of where people are. It's the same with the flags. I'm hugely appreciative for people just turning up and listening to me, so I thought at least you feel part of it if your flag's up there. We've still got a couple of flags to go up. Might throw some other stuff up there as well, if need be. There might be counties, there might be states in the States. I put footy badges up there as well, but you know, Norwich and Sheffield Wednesday, you can't have them both on the same one, could you? They could be playing each other that week. Plus you couldn't have Norwich and Everton because we'll be playing each other next fucking season, won't we? Unfortunately. Don't know why it's still noisy out there, there's no need for it. For you, this is kind of like the days you used to listen to the radio for hours on end. Great memories. Yes, I'm probably better off, aren't I, doing radio? You wouldn't have to look at me then. Much better. You send me a Norfolk flag, but it's what you send them to. I'm not in the US. Ah, well, mate. Of course, the Norfolk flag is similar to the Ashcroft coat of arms, isn't it? See if I can get that up, so to speak. Don't know if I've done this before. Because apparently my family has archaic roots in Norfolk. Let's see if this shows. Does this show? There you go, yep. There's the Ashcroft coat of arms in the glorious green and yellow. And if you can see the early origins, it was first found in Norfolk. The dweller in the croft where the ash trees grow. So despite the fact that it's a Lancashire-based name, by the sound of it, it must have come from Norfolk in the early days. I quite like that. It's not a bad coat of arms, that one, is it? Floruit fraxinus. This radio just talks back at you. It does. Constantly, never ending. The added benefit. Thank you very much. You knew there was something you liked about me. There you go. I should get it tattooed, mate. Should get it on my skin. Yellow and green on the skin. Early Canaries. I think there's a few of them over in America as well, so I'm thinking maybe the Norfolk and Lancashire Ashcrofts went en masse to the States and bred like rabbits by the look of it. Yep, quite a few of them in Colorado and somewhere else I've read. We'll play each other in the Premier League next season. Well, fingers crossed we do, but it's not looking likely. We are absolutely bloody awful this year. Unfortunately, bloody awful. Are we a homeless week coming up? It's getting to the point now where I don't even know when the next game is. I'm not even asked. I don't particularly want to go and watch any match. I'm sick of them. I hate them. And as we'll tell anybody who was willing to listen, nobody hates Everton more than Everton fans. We absolutely despise our team. It's an abusive relationship. The region you live in, Casper, is Sunderland. Sunderland. Yeah, that's Sunderland, isn't it? Northern Schleswig. You've got a blue and yellow flag. Blue and yellow goes well together. Mansfield, very Mansfield colours that. The David's crest is green and white from Ireland. So you must be a Celtic supporter from now on. Oh, be careful with that. That's all that stuff is just, that's crazy. It's 2024 and there's people still arguing over wars that happened 400 years ago. Stupid. You got people from Belfast going to Glasgow every week to watch Celtic or Rangers, and it's mad. You see next season starting late, what with all the court cases that will follow whoever gets relegated. It will do, because not only Forest are already appealing, despite the fact that they got a reduced points deduction because they had played ball, they'd cooperated. All of a sudden they're not cooperating any further, so they should get the points put back on. We're looking at a second charge, which we're going to hear about in the next week or two. Leicester are going to fall foul of the Premier League, even though they're in the Championship. There's going to be, if Leicester get points taken off them, will they then take the EFL to court? Will they appeal that? No one knows who's coming up, who's going down, and it's all because the people who run the game are absolutely corrupt and awful. Absolutely everything they do is to protect the scum six, and now they're being found out for it. Bastards. Coming over there causing kerfuffles. Oops, sorry, Mandy. Must show you my balls when I'm talking like this. Yeah, Everton and Cape Town City supporters are alike. We love our team but hate the management. Yes, we love the team and hate the football club. It's everything about it from top to bottom, apart from the tea ladies, alright, and the fella who puts the kits out. Apart from that, we hate everything else because they're just bellends. Right, so you say Sunderland, and the German minority in the region calls it Nord-Schleswig. I go with Sunderland on that case. You know, one team not going anywhere, Sheffield Wednesday. Yep. Are they safe now? Are they in a decent position? I start off every championship season watching every game full of enthusiasm, and then by the time I get halfway through the season, I've just lost complete track of where everyone is because there's so many games. It's a massive league as well, isn't it? There's 23, 24 teams in it or something stupid. 24 it'll be, won't it? La 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 la. Well said, Mandy. Fingers in your ears. You're not listening, you're not listening. Well, take your fingers out your ears because we're going to have to go quickly to...
But Kipper's Vindaloo. It can't be good for you.
Kippers kicks ass.
There we go. Cambridge won the men's boat race to complete the double over university rivals Oxford. Following victory in the women's race, it was Cambridge's 5th win from the past 6 in the men's race and 7th successive win in the women's. Earlier in the week, crews had been warned not to enter the Thames after high levels of E. coli were found. After the race, Oxford rower Leonard Jenkins said some of the crew had been struggling with illness. This is not to take anything away from Cambridge at all, but I do also want to say that we've had a few guys go down pretty badly ill with the E. coli, the Oxford number 7 said. Stop dipping your cocks in the water.
Kippers kicks ass.
Good advice, that one, I think. Very good advice. Rate our chairman, owner and the coach. Just got rid of half our squad in January and gone from 2nd to 4th and that'll win in 2024. Welcome to the club. We haven't won in 2024 either. Mandy, you had a migraine yesterday and that was more fun than footy talk. Bloody migraines, they're horrible, aren't they? Literally just means the south part of Jutland. Try typing out how it's pronounced but you give up. Fair enough. Pieface did a good blog of his trip to Norwich on Friday. I've not seen that one, I'll have to look out for it. Boom, boom indeed. I think he's 100% right. And for anyone who's watching on catch up who doesn't know anything about rowing, the cox or coxswain is the little fella at the front of the boat who doesn't row, he just says stroke, stroke, stroke. Yeah. First the U, then A, and silent D and J does its own thing, and Y, that's a vowel. Yeah, Casper, you're confusing me even more there. I'm just going to call it Sunderland because it looks like it. Be easier calling it Sunderland. That way, more people will be pissed off at me than normal. Even though I don't mind Sunderland. Quite like Sunderland. Got some good mates from there as well. Jinxie, well. How you doing? How's things, girl? You haven't missed a single thing. Apart from Jason Statham and his trunks. A little bit of dogging, obviously. What else have we missed? Oh, Barbara Cartland. Apparently she was well into a gliding. Sounds like a Mary Poppins song. Everything sounds like a Mary Poppins song if you do it right. Yeah, how you doing, Jackie? How's things? Have you come to learn more? I love the fact that there was loads happening last week that people didn't know. That's what it should be. We should learn stuff in these streams every week if possible. Yep, definitely, Jackie. Good to see Steve. Say happy birthday to Jess. When I see her, I will do. It's going to be about 10:30 when I pick her up, I think. Something like that. But there's going to be her and 3 of her mates as well. Go to Weatherspoons, have a few drinks in there, stay until the clock strikes 12, and then they're out. So I'm expecting to get a phone call at about 2:30 in the morning. Dad, can you come pick me up? She doesn't even talk like that. She's not a Scouser. She's a fucking wool. Weather report. Interesting jazz band. Yes, definitely. The weather here has been delightful all day. Warm, sunny. A bit windy. It's got very windy tonight. Although it seems to calm down a bit, but it's starting to get a bit cold now. But it's been lovely, really lovely. And the fact that it's been sunny and light until 8 o'clock is marvellous. Good for the soul. Yeah, I haven't missed much. Mandy still hasn't levelled up, but Steve has. Steve has levelled up. It's always good. I like to see anybody levelling up within the stream. It's always good to see that. And I'm thinking a few others can't be too far away. I'm thinking. I've got to keep an eye out on this as well. There's got to be a way of doing it so that it automatically recognises people levelling up. Got to be a way of doing it. Probably is, and I can't see how to do it. It's been cold on the East Coast with heavy rain this afternoon. Bloody hell, Steve. See, I always think with you being further south it's a bit warmer and also you're a bit sheltered from some of the weather. But you completely forget that the T's X line that slices the country in the north-south divide, we do get very, very different weather and not always the way you'd expect. Yeah, it's very, very sunny here. Yesterday there was, I was going to say hailstones, but they won't be hailstones, will they? There'll be ice pellets. Because they were pinging off my car and I was gutted. Day up by 6 hours here today. Fantastic. Yeah, trying to get you to catch Mandy. Someone's got to. Someone's got to get there. At the moment, she's streaking ahead. There's a headline for you, Mandy streaking. We didn't get snow. Yesterday we got to say sort of hailstony, but today it's been really warm. About 13, 14 Celsius. Very, very pleasant. It's just as the day's gone on, it starts to get a bit windy and a bit stormish. So, you know. Still got the window open though. One of them anyway. Been overcast day there in Denmark, but warm, nearly 14. Lovely, isn't it? Yep, staff's still about. Not only is he still about, because the clocks have gone forward, we're a little bit closer, thankfully. Warm there too, but it's gone cold. I think it's the same here as well, to be honest with you. As soon as the sun goes down and it's night really starts to kick in, it starts getting a bit Chilston Wilson. In fact, I'll check around. The weather has gone down from it's gone from 14 to 9. 9 is not remotely cold. I'm in the menopause. We do get the menopause, don't we? There is such a thing as the male menopause. To be honest, I think I've been in mine since I was about 14, so no biggity. Just been having some crisps and juice. Couldn't type. That sounds like a West Coast rap song, doesn't it? Sipping on crisps and juice, or is it crips and juice? I've got a thing, over there thingy. I wear eye masks when I sleep with Bluetooth headphones in them. Really, really handy. And I bought a couple more. One is cow print, and one is this paisley, Boss blue paisley. But it looks like if I put my LA Dodgers cap over it, I'll look like I'm a proper member of the Crips. And I don't want to be pissing any bloods off. Know what I mean, fam? So I've got to be careful. But it does look very, very West Coast. There it's gone from 14 to 5.5. That's a noticeable difference, that one. 14 is not too bad at all. That's fairly warm. 5.5 a bit cold. Yeah. Steve, what have you been up to while you've been away? What have you been up to? What have you been doing? Tell us everything. Bit of Snoop. Yeah, bit of Snoop. I'm the same height, but Jesus, I'm probably about twice the weight of Snoop. And I wouldn't be able to wear cornrows. So cold tonight, it's all for 18 degrees. That would keep me awake at night, 18 degrees. It'd be too bloody hot. Drop it like it's hot. Hell yeah. Drop it like it's Horace. Yeah, 200 million poorer, easily. You must wake up every single day, Snoop Dogg, thinking, how on earth did I manage to get to this place? I mean, how? Just constantly stoned, making a few records and then picking up his wages. Adam, how you doing, bud? Yeah, exactly, Casper. If it's 18 degrees Celsius, we've got every single window open. We've got fans on the go, iced drinks, all kinds of stuff. Don't drop Horace. No. I couldn't possibly do that. Although Horace does like when the beat drops. He's quite a fan of that. Horace should start DJing, I think. Throw in the additional stream during the week where he DJ Horace, just playing some harsh, tasty beats. Right, tomorrow in Capistaunus it will be a bit nippy, a high of only 24 degrees Celsius. I'd have to get the air conditioning regassed on my car if it was 24 Celsius. No, can't be doing that. Steve, at your bedroom window open all year round. That's again a very, very, I think it's a very UK kind of thing. Like at -2 degrees, doesn't matter, the window's open. You got to breathe, haven't you? Adam, you went to the butcher's yesterday, bought a beef rib, weighed 3.3 kilos, just for you. You've eaten it till Tuesday. Is right. Get yourself on the outside of that, lad. Suppose he'd bounce, he would our Horace. But as you can see by looking at him, he's not been dropped, he's not been bounced. He's in remarkably good condition for a chap of 51. Ali, how you doing? How's things? The Irish contingent have both joined us. The ferry must have docked. Dunleary to Holyhead. Belfast to, is that Stranraer? Belfast. Either or. I don't know if you can you do to Liverpool? Is that still a thing? I won't even see the Isle of Man one there now. Casper, when your uncle would send letters or email when he got to Cape Town in winter, he'd write, today it's only 26 degrees. Happy Christmas. Yeah, while it's absolutely bastard and freezing where you are. Not been too bad, Mandy. Yeah, a bit cloudy, but not cold exactly until now. At which point it is a little bit Chilston Wilston. It's not enough to change your sex, like, but it's enough to be peeing on three fingers. 26 Celsius on Christmas Day is a bit cold. Adam, have I been following the AI thing? Are we about to witness the end of history? I've watched a little bit of it. Some of it is just, I don't know how to work it out. If there's anything that's amended by AI, does it need to be ticked? I don't think it does. I think it's if you make someone look like they're doing something they weren't doing, or if you make somewhere look different to what it was, that's fine. Adding an AI voiceover, is that really pretending to be someone that you're not? I don't get it. There's loads of channels that are massive. There's going to be pushback on this, I think. There's loads of AI that doesn't make any difference. That you're not conning people into believing something. Obviously, the reason why they want to stop it is they don't want people doing AI Donald Trump's and Joe Biden's during election years, pretending to say racist stuff or pretending to say things that they never said. So it's that you want to try avoiding that kind of stuff. But the average person making videos, nah. You only shut it if it's windy, because the ensuite door rattles on the Suffolk latch. Yeah, otherwise open. I can't leave mine open because I'm on the ground floor. Well, I suppose I could. I know I'm in Merseyside, but this is fairly crime-free where I am. Is Suffolk latch your lingo for a mansion? Or, it does sound like rhyming slang, doesn't it? I got me Suffolk latch caught in me zip. Can I please Google if hobby horse is a competitive sport in Finland? I can have a look at that. Oh, sorry, the impending AGI, artificial general intelligence. They said it was 100 years away, now they're saying it's 3 years. Oof. Doesn't sound good. Not been watching that. I'll need to catch up, I think, on that. And I don't think we'll ever be... AI can be fantastic, but it's never going to be the same as a human. Never. It's just garbage in, garbage out, isn't it? It can only improve by reading the stuff that we put in the first place. Hobby Horse Finland. See if this comes up with anything. The Hobby Horse Championships. Well, yes, it appears that it's true. If we have an intelligence that knows everything, we are probably fucked. But it'd be new, wouldn't it? Be very novel, because we haven't got any intelligence at the moment. It running the country and stuff. There you go. Right, very quickly. There you go. There's the Hobby Horse Championship. So it does actually exist. Mandy, you've seen hobby horse show jumping and dressage. Is this an official thing, or is this just in some kind of backstreet North Wales pub? Because I've seen loads of weird shit in North Wales pubs. They have the wife carrying championships in Finland. Yeah, I've seen that as well. Hate the AI voice. I know for some people they don't want to get themselves anywhere near the screen, whether that's the face, the voice, anything. So occasionally an AI voice will do, but I don't like it either. I think I'd rather people just use their own voices no matter what they are. AI will never be able to lay bricks. You're not that lucky. Yeah, definitely. Jackie, you were thinking a wooden horse. Hobby, two little boys Each had a wooden horse. That one, yeah. They win the wife's weight in beer. So you're playing a sort of a seesaw there, aren't you? You don't want them too heavy that you can't carry them, but you want them heavy enough that you end up with a shitload of ale. Like. Yeah. Adam, yeah, people have started to mate with vegetables because there are some exceptionally weird stuff going on out there. And we thought we were bad having cheese rolling. And you have a look at other places around the world and think, what? Saf, you've seen people playing Quidditch at US universities. It is all a bit mad, isn't it? If you had to choose a celebrity to do your voiceovers, who would it be? Is this just to me or is this to everyone in the chat? To do the voiceovers. Well, Brian Blessed is always an option. We've mentioned him before, so he's going to be one of the options. David Attenborough, without a shadow of a doubt. Morgan Freeman can go and fuck himself. I don't know why people think his voice is good because it's not remotely good. David Attenborough, fantastic voice. Yeah, 2024's like being an extra in the film Idiocracy. It's just getting worse and worse. Something needs to change. We don't need artificial intelligence. We want people to have actual intelligence. Jackie, you were wondering how a wooden horse could jump with great difficulty. You've got a Danish Quidditch league in Denmark, right? That's for everybody in the chat. Mine would be Lister, yep. And I'd be going on about living in Fiji. It was the old Welsh rugby commentator. Wasn't Hugh Johns, was it? He was the footy. Oh, hang on, Jackie.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
Level 10, fantastico. Well done. I think he passed away. Yes, the Welsh rugby commentator. Who is it? We'll Google him. Eddie Butler, by any chance? There's a few, isn't there? Eddie Butler, I think, is the main one. Llewellyn Davis. Yeah, it'd be Eddie Butler. Died in 2022, so it's going to be him, isn't it? Jackie, Matthew McConaughey. He's got that drawl about him. He's got a decent voice. Double figures. Casper, you heard Tim Key talk about a guy who came up to him and said he'd fed AI all his work and had made Tim Key like poetry, and Tim said he wanted to cry because the AI's poetry was like his but far better. But see, this is part of the problem with AI. It can do things, sometimes it can do it too well. You don't want it to be perfect. The thing about an artist is it's not always completely perfect. It's the little bits that make it unique to yourself. Eddie Butler would do the poetry before games in the build-up. Yeah, I think we're missing people like that. Proper old school commentators whose voices were fantastic. Yeah, Ali, what is in the water in Finland? Hallucinogenics, I would have thought. Voice-wise, Miriam Margolyes as the Cadbury Caramel Bunny. Oof. Now you're talking. Stephen Fry, yep. Adam, a YouTuber called Wes Roth, the most amazing voice you've ever heard. We'll have to check him out, aren't we? Wes Roth, not heard Wes. Come on, let's have a look. I found this channel. We'll check him out later. After watching Eric Brown, Winkle Brown. I need to watch him. He was shocked when she said she'd voiced that. Yeah, Jackie, it's a bit of a weird one, that, isn't it? Because it doesn't, I don't know, it didn't sound like her at all. And then years later when she mentions it, it's like, yeah, I can hear it now. But 2 and 2 doesn't always make 4. Ali, how am I feeling? I've had one very, very good day's sleep, and then I've had one okay day's sleep. I was on the Lemsip again before I joined the stream because I'm still not completely over it. I don't know if it's a cold or I've got thong COVID. I don't know yet. But I seem to be doing alright. Getting there slowly. Have I sorted the gremlins from the computer? I hope so, because I've bought a PC. So this is running on a very, very quick gaming PC. And I've got a fan behind the camera, a little one, cooling it down. I've got acoustic panels to go up at some point to hopefully stop any potential backsplash of the sound of the fans. On the YouTube studio thing where it tells you the analytics and stream health, stream is healthy, and we're running at twice the bit rate that we were running at when the laptop was melting. So I think hopefully everything's going to be fine. Stephen Fry, Norfolk's finest. Bullshit! Bullshit! How can he be Norfolk's finest, Steve, when you're in the chat? He's second best at best. Julie Andrews, yeah, not a bad shout. Me exercising, I have managed to do a bit of walking. I've hit my steps a few times. You will see more stroke walk videos. I put one up yesterday to be more of them. So that's going okay. But I have been having loads of tremors, which I'm a bit worried about. So I need to make sure that I'm not pushing myself too hard. But we're getting there though, slowly. The Finnish winters are even longer and darker than that plays a part in how weird the stuff a society gets up to. Yeah. You've got a rabbit jumping championship as an exercise, as an example exercise. It's there in front of me on the screen. Why am I not reading it correctly? Imagine Morph doing your voiceovers. Do you know, I think that would work. In fact, if Morph was doing the voiceovers for more people, it would work perfectly, because there's some people who shouldn't be talking on their videos at all. Plenty of them, unfortunately. Wes Roth sounds good. You imagine a tiny fan standing and blowing behind the screen. Behind the camera, there is, and it's a little one, about yay big, that clips into the back of the camera and keeps it nice and cool, thankfully. Surprised the Finnish birth rate isn't higher. All those attractive people in long winters. Absolutely right, Dareth. Should we go out for a walk? It's 10 feet deep in snow and you're absolutely stunning. Walk her this way, darling. There you go. There's your chat-up line for you. Jackie, you've got a rabbit jumping video. It's not a rampant rabbit jumping video, is it? From the Devonish. In the last 40 years, the fertility rate in the Nordic countries has fallen with nearly 50%, and they don't know why. What? How? How is that possible? Or is that anything to do with the water being full of all kinds of stuff? Ali!
It's going up, 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 it's there.
Level 11, fantastic, well done. Yep, Jinxie caught out yet again. We see you, we see what you're up to. Up to filth, pure filth. Yeah, they're only attracted to the hobby horses, that's the problem. When you say you fancy a ride, they hand you the hobby horse and that's it. Yeah, hopefully the equipment is working okay. Definitely. Just went to check on your mum. She said, is your friend's show on PC tonight? There's nothing very PC about this, but say hello to your mum for us, from all of us. Make sure that she's doing all right. Horace hasn't haiku'd yet. Horace is going to haiku very, very shortly. He's just warming up now. He's doing the singer's warm up, the do, re, mi, 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 mi. Many Nordic countries have a big percent of kindergartens that are forest kindergartens. So many Nordic kids are out every day, all year round. Yep, there isn't bad weather, just bad clothing. Kirsty has been on and had to disappear. No doubt she will appear again. She does normally just before the end, doesn't she? Oh, hang on. Buttons are about to be pressed. A happy Easter to all of you great people. Where's me bloody eggs? He's not happy, is he? Told you. He's not been himself lately, Horace. That's just hanging around with them knobheads over there. Not good. Yep. Hi, Saf's mum from the one who knits. Your official title. Hi from the north of Ireland. Yep, here we go. Send all our well wishes. Did I voice the he? I didn't. Does that count as AI? Do I need to start flagging this up? Maybe I'll do that in the car this week. I'll record my own hey ya. I don't think I've got the energy to make that kind of noise, though, to be honest. Do you do snow drop letters in Easter? Don't think I do them any time of the year, to be honest with you. Hi from the Midlands of Ireland. That's making it sound far worse than it actually is. And that's no offence to the Midlands of England, because I love the Midlands. We've got some fantastic friends in the Midlands, but yeah, the island shouldn't have a Midlands. It should just be north and the south. All of it's the south. Got a good mate who lives in Cork, have you, Jinxie? Beautiful city. It does look fantastic. And they are exceptionally weird people by the sound of it. Very unique. With a very unique accent. A unique way of speaking. Yeah, but even the north part of the Republic, which is very, very far north, that's still south. You're either north or south. There's no Midlands. It's too small to have a Midlands. The Midlands here is fucking huge because it's huge. You know what I mean? Now I'm talking about the real Midlands, not the East Midlands. Those Johnny-come-latelys. If you can guess who wrote it in less than 3 guesses, you get a big chocolate egg. If you can't guess it, you have to give one. You have to give one to whoever wrote it. I'm presuming you mean a chocolate egg at that one. It's something you do as a child. Yeah, not something we do here. Okay, hi from the faithful County Offaly. That's more like it. That's awfully, awfully nice. Drop something on me toe and record that as me here. How about you, Foxtrot Oscar Mandy? I'm not doing that. I'm not breaking me toes just so I can untick the AI on my stream. Sod that. As Stephen's host said, fuck that sky high. Not happening. I've got enough problems not adding that. I don't need to be in A&E, do I, with me dainty size 11s. Especially as I'm wearing my slippers. I bought slippers with a proper sole on them, so that a bit more like a shoe, just so I don't really need to take them off when I'm going out driving. Fantastic, so comfy. Your mum refers to people via things you said about them. She can't remember the names. Casper is die en wat in de koeleblee. Means the one who lives in the coal place. I like that. That actually sounds like an actual translation of what the name Casper means. Now when you get them on the side of mugs and things, Casper, the one who lives in the cold place. Or is it like an Easter Valentine card? Yeah, sounds about right. Don't do feck all for broken toes other than tell you to tape them, painkillers and go easy. Yep, definitely not good. I've never broken my toe. I hit a ball once where I absolutely caught it, but I caught it with the end of me, right at the end of my toe. And then me big toe flicked back and there was a snapping sound. And it wasn't the bone, it was the tendon that had damaged. And there's a tendon that goes from the big toe right through to the ankle. So it's swollen from the front all the way around to the bottom of my leg. And I thought, wow, I've done something really bad here. And yet, a South African doctor saw me, gave me some painkillers and told me to go home and put my feet up. And that was it. I had to wait. Yeah, as I'm 11 foot 12 and I've got size 11 feet, I'll probably blow over in the wind. I have had problems with balance because of the stroke, but yeah, it's I have to be careful on a windy day that I don't fall over. And I'm shrinking apparently. I thought I was 6'4", and that mad woman said I was just under 6'2", despite the fact that I scraped my hat on the way out on the door jamb. Hadouy, the one who has the donkey and the sheep. Again, these names are perfect. If you put Hadouy into a translate, I think it comes up as that anyway. Yeah, you'd hate to think as what she knows you as. You're not that famous. You are. You're a YouTuber. You're a content creator. You're a face, a known face. You're out there, man. Somehow she referred to Kirsty as the one who has the rabbits. She does. They are the rabbit holes, but they're still the rabbits. Does sound like the mafia. It does. Yes, most doors are about 6'6", aren't they? So as I walked out wearing a cap, which is not particularly slammed to me head, but it also isn't tall. It wasn't wearing a stovepipe fucking hat or anything. As I walked out, you could feel it scraping on the door jamb, but apparently I'm 6 foot, just under 6'2". Stupid woman. She never checked. That's why I'm the tallest person in every room I go into. It's because I'm just under 6'2". My dad's 6'2" and I tower over him, so I'm thinking, I know he's shrunk a little bit, but I haven't really started shrinking yet. Fedora the Explorer. I've got my fedora, haven't I? My fedora's over there. Or wasn't even this. Yeah, what I should do, I should put my fedora on, shouldn't I, with me nice Vienna coat, and try and look a little bit cool. More a child was sent to a grandparent or some close family, because kids know that they'll say, I don't know who that could be. Oh, that's nice. You're a proper seasonal chocolate scheme. Yep. And you shrunk from 6'3" to 6'2". That's, yeah, it happens to us, doesn't it, when we get older? And of course, that's all down to the weight of the head, which is the heaviest part of the body, pushing down on all the joints and things and just squashing us down. Blues Brothers, yep. Don't mind this one, but I'd have to, I don't know, I need to find something to go with it because it doesn't look right, does it? First time you saw me hair. It needs cutting badly. No, it doesn't need cutting badly, it needs cutting well. I need to get the trimmers on it and take it off, because unfortunately it grows too quickly and I end up looking like an absolute homeless hippie. I look like someone who hangs around dubious Hamburg jazz clubs. What do you mean I look like someone who does? If gravity's a bit low, you're 5'10" at a stretch. Make sure that you're you measure yourself first thing in the morning in bed. Oh, jeez. Because that's when you're going to be at your tallest. Because you're allowed to stretch, if you know what I mean. You stretch during the night. Or get yourself, Vienna. Right, I've got a really nice black coat, which looks like it could be someone hanging round in Vienna. Yeah, it is. The hat's nicer than the cap. I will get more hats, not just caps, because I need to, have you guessing. We've got bot tricks to make sure that you write notes in the chat before we even start. And then there's a hat guessing competition. Just generating all the time, isn't it? It's only 5'11" and a bit. Round up, Casper. That's 6 foot, mate. Round up. You can remember your Romany grandmother saying, "Don't wear a hat in the house, it's bad luck." You still don't do it, it's been drilled into you. I'd get away with it if it wasn't for these meddling kids. I haven't had a proper haircut since 2020, January 2020. So I look an absolute scruff. I just get the clippers on it and get rid of it. So you get the hats to make sure that I don't look too different from every video that I do. Yeah. Ali, you're still short. How short is short? No shoes on the table. No shoes or chairs on the bed. Yes. Good things come in small packages, but don't forget cyanide comes in little bottles as well. My mum's 5'1". That used to be her shout. Good things come in small packages, and then her mum used to say, cyanide comes in little bottles, which I think was a fantastic shutdown. Used to be 5'3", now you're 5'2". Little jinx. Yep, Casper, you've you might not have gone up in the Botrix charts, but we've got you're up to 6 foot now, mate. We've decided. In fact, you know what, Casper, you are now 6 foot tall.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
There you go. By the time we finish this, you're going to be 7'3". Jack, your eldest sister was 4'10". Jesus, I think the phrase is. Be the same as me ma. Small but perfectly formed. That's the other one, isn't it? Be thankful that you're small. It's not good being overly tall. It's mad. Especially during the rainy season. Again, being 6'4", if I stand in the middle of the street, I've got people either side of me with umbrellas who are shorter than me, so the umbrellas are about here. So I get my own share of the rain, then I get all the rain that bounces off their umbrellas on me, so I end up absolutely fucking soaked. I keep getting asked to get things off shelves in shops. I change a lot of light bulbs. Occasionally referred to as get the ball off the roof, you know what I mean? New Year, the oldest male, you have to be the first to walk through the door, carrying money, first footing. You don't have to take a lump of coal with you, like you do in Scotland. Ali, you're the shortest. Your 3 younger sisters are taller than you. That is because people are getting bigger all the time, even within the one family. It just end up getting taller and taller. It's mad. Casper, you've got a cousin who's your height, but his dad is close to 6'6". Where'd your aunt's only 5'4"? Yeah, so my mum's 5'1" now. I think she was 5'2". My dad was 6'2" and I'm 6'4". But then I've got family on my granddad's sort of side who were 6'7" and 6'8". So there's some exceptionally tall dudes from back then. Oh, and I did say we had to finish on time, and we're 5 minutes past anyway, so I'll have to sort this out so I can go and take my daughter into town. For those who weren't here at the start, my daughter turns 18 tomorrow, so she's going to the pub now. and she's waiting until midnight, so when she finally turns 18, and they're going to hit the clubs in Southport, so she can start doing that to doorman with a driving licence. I am 18. Let me in, let me in. So, yeah, we'll have to leave it at that, and I'll need to put a hoodie on so I can go and get in the car and pick up the child. Yep. Thanks, Ali. I will tell her. She is absolutely delighted. Cheers, Jinx. So, thanks, everyone. Cheers, Saf. Thanks very much, mate. I will tell her she'll be delighted. She always likes being made a fuss of on the stream, you know, like these kids. So, thank you very much, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bloody Wednesday. 3 days' time. I told you I'd come back, didn't I?
That's all we've got time for this evening, so it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him. Good night. Good night.
And that is that.
Hoo-yah!